The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the December 22nd? There we go. Fabulous Friday. I knew it was Fabulous Friday. Edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check out the circumstances of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just spent 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't call in, no problem. Let your fingers do the walking. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. And, of course, inside the Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on fabulous, fantastic Friday before Christmas. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, the Dow trading off 54 pointeroonies, trading out at 24,728. That's about 0.2%. S&P down a little over about 0.15% out there, 4 points. NASDAQ off about 0.25%. That would be 14 points to the downside, 64.58. So we've got a kind of a slowish market out there, really to be expected and anticipated here, whether it's going to be to the upside or to the downside. Certainly it was going to be light volume. For those of you that are listening in, that's great. If you're traveling, make sure you travel safe, stay buckled, use Uber if you're going to drink out there. You know the game plan. We've got gold trading up about $9, $12.79 and change. Silver's up 19 pennies, about 1.25%. Trading out at 16.43. Light sweet crude is flat. Lean to charge here. Dollar-wise, the upside. A company called Ignita. Yeah, I-G-N-Y-T-A. You pronounce it for me. RXDX is the ticker symbol, 1122 to the upside, dollar-wise, 72%. Maybe, I don't know what it is. Sage Therapeutics up $9, 6%. iClick Interactive Asia Group, that's up only 878%. People are talking about Bitcoin. Heck, 878%. You got to like that. Maybe they are doing some of the Bitcoin. Who knows? Charter Communications is up $6. Credit Corp Limited up 6. Loxo Oncology up 4. To the downside, just skip this whole Bitcoin stuff. We'll take a look at Bluebird Bio. Hey, you almost caught me there. Bluebird Bio down $9. Long Financial Corp down 7 or 16%. Regeneron, a real company, down $5. NetEase up $5. Well, Restoration Hardware down 5. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. The first request comes in from Dano. Dano says, if you want to look at gold, that would always be welcome. Do you think we close higher than we are right now today? Dano, you guys and the gals in the den always really throwing out those super hard questions. Because it's 110, closes higher. We're only talking about, what, 3? I got to get it right for 2 hours and 50 minutes out there. Whoosh. Let's go take a look. Let's go see, Dano, if you and I can try to figure that out. And the way we do that is I just take a look at a short-term chart, okay? Let's take a look at a 30-minute chart out here. Now, you can see the Gartley buy pattern that formed inside. This is on a 30-minute base out here. Let's get rid of that pattern, although we can use that pattern for an A to B equals CD to the upside. That was the first Gartley buy pattern that formed inside of gold. Let me pull this chart back. Whoops, sorry about that. That formed inside gold ever since it bottomed back here, recent bottom, December 13th. That was that Gartley buy that we looked at. It's off the screen now. There was a first A to B equals CD to the downside. That creates the Gartley buy pattern. And Gartley buy patterns really have 5 different outcomes. Well, we're already into outcome number 5, which is that it turns into an A to B equals CD to the upside. The first price projection was the 1-to-1, 12.75. The second, 12.78. The third, 12.81. There is a fourth. And that would be the 1-to-2, 12.85 out there. So to the upside, Dano, if we are talking about closing higher, it's probably not a S load, Steve-O load, of move to the upside, another $4. That's at least what this chart would say, right? You and I, we're going to go look at market profiles and so forth, see if we can figure anything out. Now, in taking a look at this chart here, and I don't often trade these patterns, but let's face it, it's out here. I have to tell you that during the last half hour, you did get to a Tommy DeMark sequential sell signal. Not confirmed, just simply the signal. The signal was a 13 count, a 913 count. That came during that last half hour. If you were to see a close, Dano, below the bar 4 bars earlier, now this is going to continue on for the day out here. Right now, if we take a look at what that would be, let me try to get my cursor out here. So right now we go 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd have to close below 1276. That would be bad news bears out there. Short term. Bad news bears. So you don't really want to see that. Otherwise, this pattern has effectuated. I don't even know what that means. It just sounds pretty cool to say. And then price could come, it could come back to 1268. Maybe the swing point back here at 1260. That's a possibility. So upside, I would say, in looking at this chart here, maybe 1285, maybe a few bucks higher. Pull back, maybe it's just 1277. I don't know. Let's go take a look at another chart here. Let's go take a look at the profiles, see if we can garner any information from there. I like saying that word garner, too. I really don't say it too often. And if we do take a look at the gold chart out here, well, here what we can see is any pullback, Dano, should find support at the 1278.20 level on a 30-minute basis, because really this is kind of more about short term than it is anything else. If this is going to move higher, you need to see this trade about 1279.40. So above 1279.40, then you're looking at that 1280, maybe 1288 out here. But is that the real question? Yeah, actually, that was the real question. But another question, the question I would be asking myself, is where's gold going to close today? I think that's what you asked. But if gold closes, I'm going to answer it in a different way. If gold closes above 1266.10, you're at 1279.30. That bodes well for another bottom that is formed and a run back up to the highs. And the highs out here that I'm referring to are the ones, this is a weekly chart from back in September, in the 1360 area out there. But you and I will actually know more Sunday night. Right? Santa's going to deliver a gift for those in the gold marketplace on Christmas Eve. Yeah, amazing, but true. And the reason why we say that is because we've got an orange-colored bar. And you know as well as I do, when you have an orange-colored bar, what does that mean? That's right. A new set of TAS market profiles on a weekly basis are going to be our gift. And that gift will help us, one, identify is it a bullish or bearish structure, where support and resistance. Right now, it does look long and strong. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Be right back. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 50, off 51, and S&P is down 4. Ticker symbol BB has been called inside the den. This one's for Harley. Let's go take a look at BB. Harley, did you know that Tom's dog's name is Harley out there? Yeah. I'm not saying you're his dog. I'm just saying, hey, you have something in something. What I want to say is in common with Tom out there. If we take a look at, by the way, BlackBerry is the actual equity that we're looking at, and what Harley wants to do is buy it at around 1120 if it can pull back and fill the breakout area, otherwise known as a gap that we saw a couple of days ago. Now, I said that's a real possibility. We're looking at 3 different time frames out here if you're watching us on TigerTV, and the 3 different time frames for this specific equity, what they show us immediately is they show us where is price trading in relationship to its TAS market profiles. We talked about a new market profile that is very likely to form, should form inside of gold on a weekly basis come Sunday night. Here, and when price is trading above the tops of those boxes, it's certainly bullish out here. Now, you can't use those as a timing tool per se to sell the top tick. So more of a momentum tool, but certainly when you have momentum, price above all the tops of the boxes out here, that's a beautiful thing. Now, on the monthly basis, yes, it is above the monthly profile. What it's doing this month, now, of course, when we pull this back and we start taking a look at the entire chart out here, we know, hey, this isn't really doing much per se because, hey, let's face it, this once sold for $235, $237. So, and when I say once, we're not talking that long ago, just 10 years, 2007 in August. Now it's an $11 stock. But let's just take a look at, hey, Steve-O, what's it actually doing now? We take a look at BlackBerry, because I think, Harley, you should also be taking a look at what's the potential out here. And the potential says, well, just on a couple of bases out here, and I like to cover my bases. June 1st, you had 260, this is a month, 268 million shares. And this month you're trading into at 99 million. Don't get too excited that there's a lot of excitement in this stock out here, because what you have actually for the month, depending on where it closes. If it closes underneath 1174, well, then you have a failure on a monthly basis of a swing point, the most recent swing point. Now, you can go a little bit further back, left on the chart, takes you all the way back into January 2015, 378 million shares. There is not a lot of enthusiasm inside of BlackBerry. And what you and I can say unequivocally or equivocally, however we want to, there is some substantial resistance right in this 12-18 level. And that's resistance that has been out there since 2013. Yeah, for 4 years. So Harley, I know you have not been called a dog quite a few times, but this stock, come on, we've got to call it what it is. This is a dog, right? And it's got fleas, not many of them. And you wanted this dog to be piled up with fleas in order to really get above that 12-18 level. But your question was, hey, can it pull back to the breakout area? I don't want to talk you out of the stock because I could be just simply dead absolutely wrong out this. And so the buy that Harley's looking at is the top. I think it is the top, right? You said 1120. And no. I was looking at the actual high from the trading session before the gap. And that was December 19th. And that high was 1107. And you want 1120, which is probably the candle session to the left out there. That candle session to the left is 1120. That's December 18th. So let's just we'll just split hairs out there. And so, yeah, if it's pulling back on light volume, that being something less than 29 million shares, but really what you want to see is less than 10 million shares. You really want to benchmark this off of the December 19th level out there. And then, yeah, okay, maybe you have a trade, but that trade is only going to get you back up, in essence, to these highs out there. Now, what's the downside on a BlackBerry? The downside come Tuesday is somehow this gaps down and creates an island out there. Yeah. And so if you were to see that, on top of what we really already know by stretching the stock chart out on a monthly basis, getting a feel for what it's doing and what it's not doing, I just simply say stay away if you see that island top form. Inside of ticker symbol BB, BlackBerry. How many of you own a BlackBerry out there? I mean, one that's actually turned on. I know many of you own one, but the question is, really should have been, how many of you use a BlackBerry to this day? Can you still use them? Can you still use them? I don't know. I'd have to dig mine out. Why would I dig mine out? Just use my iPhone. Yeah. All right. So thanks for the question there, Harley. I hope that answers your question. We'll check the emails out here, see if anybody else has sent in a request. And we have a request from Jane. Hello, Jane. Merry Christmas to you as well. Jane says or asks, she said, can you, I heard you when you did Tom's show earlier this week, and I didn't get a chance to go replay that, and you gave more of an longer-term look, plus I didn't completely understand it. Would you be kind enough to review that for me? I think that's a nice enough ask, so I think for Sweet Jane, and speaking of Sweet Jane, who sang that song? Who out there knows who sang Sweet Jane? Now, many of you know, and your first guess is going to be probably like Lou Reed, right? I know you were going to see Lou Reed. But what was Lou Reed's band called before that? Come on, you guys, those of you that are in this age category. And Lou Reed's one of the iconic rock and rollers out there, is he not? I mean, he's passed away. Passed away this year? Maybe last year. Yeah, I can't recall when he did pass away, but Sweet Jane. Yeah, I mean, that's a now. It was the Velvet Underground, right? Yeah. And then one step further, and Jane will go ahead and get into it. I'm kind of stalling because I'm trying to dig around here to actually pull this up. Yeah, Harley, it was the Velvet Underground out there. But who managed the Velvet Underground? Do you know who did that? Who? Somebody kind of famous. I'm going to wait for somebody out there to figure that out. And because you might say, wow, that's interesting. Let's go take a look at, and so Jane, I think that, I kind of put these slideshows together, so this is not really going to be updated, and I kind of rehearse it a little bit so that it's nice and smooth, and I haven't done that, so you're really catching me off guard here, but that's okay. Perhaps, I believe, this is part of the presentation from when I did Tom's show, is Andy Warhol. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. In any event, it was January 2017, when the NASDAQ 100, the NDX 100, broke above its consolidation. Now, you're looking at the left-hand panel screen out here. And what we know about consolidations, right, there's several patterns that you and I look for in trade. Consolidations are very cool patterns. They work on short-term time frames, long-term time frame. These are monthly charts that we're looking at. And what we know here is that when a consolidation is broken to the upside or the downside, it gives you a measured move. Means that you should see price move higher or lower equal to that consolidation pattern. If that is the case inside the NASDAQ 100, then Jane, what this gives you is a price projection over time of the NDX 100 to 88.45. 88.45. Now, there's a breakout pattern that I've highlighted here. I'm not going to go into that. That gives us a measured move as well. It gives us a move up to 77.76. So I probably said, I think I did a show on Monday, that the anticipated move higher in the NASDAQ 100 over the next period of time, could be years, could be 6 months, is between 77.76 and 88.45. That'd be great if we could get Sweet Jane fired up when we come back from this break. I don't know that that's possible. Steve Rhodes with TFNN.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're going to go back to kind of the longer-term picture just in a moment. Marie sent in a request as well, and since that's already up on my screen, let me just go through that. Marie's looking for an entry point into Broadcom, and this is what I would suggest. A couple of different things, Marie. First, we can see on a daily chart out here. Well, if you look at the daily chart, left-hand panel, you can see that's a bullish structured box out there, and the price level of the 257.27 area has been tested a couple different times here over the last 10, 15 trading sessions out here. So that's a level that price is likely going to get down and test. So that could be the first type of buy point area. We see on the monthly chart, prices at the top of the box out here, and the top of that box is 259.36. And on the weekly, everything is above the market profiles. So I'm going to go with somewhere around 257.27. However, in all fairness out here, the other option could be this made one of those tops of significance, potential significance, price moving higher, doing less relative energy. And right now, the reason I would be cautious about that buy entry area is because we've also seen price over the last 3 of 5 sessions test and reject Stevie's red line. And that is a line we draw it on a chart and we don't ignore it. Other people might ignore red lines. You and I, we do not. It's telling us there is a lot of PS daily resistance up at that level, which is 265.43. So you're looking to buy it. My preference would be to buy it higher than lower right now, knowing that this resistance level has failed. We've seen a bunch of higher lows out here. So, that's something for you to consider. But, boy, you're not going to feel like you're out of the woods, if you were even in the woods, until you close above Stevie's red line, 265.43, as we speak right now. Now, back to Sweet Jane's question of just kind of reviewing what we talked about, you and I. And it's always good to do this because it helps us to wrap our head around, oh, that's interesting. If we can get my take is if we can get the long-term picture correct, it's going to be a whole lot easier to figure out what type of moves you should be making out here. The semiconductor index, that's on the right-hand panel of our chart. It has stalled, and is in essence stalled where it should have for a couple of different reasons. Let's go to the easiest reason. Price has made a 100% move by moving back into, and it's not trading at 1269.22. This is a chart that I snapshot on Monday. But it's trading all the way back into the swing point area of 1362. That's really a key level to be watching inside of the semis. If they can bust through that area, I don't know if they can or they will, but if they can bust above 1362 and hold that level, then we're looking for a move up into the 2540 area. That's going to be a big move. It would be a huge move out there. So watch the semis. We already know the NASDAQ 100 is broken out, and over time, 88.45 is its number. Here's the quarter-end chart for the Russell 2000, and it's a beauty. The reason why I say it's a beauty is because it is very easy for us to draw the A to B equals CD pattern out here, because it's always important to look at the big picture. So on a quarterly basis, the IWM closed above its swing point, the B point, 129.10 of an A to B equals CD to the upside. Did it with volume, took it out. The 1-to-1 price target for the Russell 2000, all this makes sense with the tax legislation being signed in today. If you're wondering where the Russell 2000 is headed to, if you're wondering, should I sell the Sam heck out of it, think again. Now, this is a quarterly chart, so it's not going to show you the daily news. Get your head wrapped around of where is the IWM headed to, right? If you ask a quality question, you will get a quality answer. And in this case, the quality answer is 188.48, 214.28, or 247.09. That, too, is a huge move. So should you be fortunate to spot some type of short-term pattern out there, you want to be a buyer of the Russell 2000, much, much more than a seller of the Russell 2000. But it all depends upon who it is that I'm having this conversation with. Because if you're kind of a daily intraday trader, that's a different person than the majority of the people that would be out there. Is there going to be tax selling and all that? I don't know. I know the normal pattern in January is for the market to bottom around the end of the month out there. And if that takes place, consider that another gift that Santa Stevie, gave to you. And watch the Russell 2000. Huge A to B equals CD to the upside. Now, on some of those charts, there was something labeled a breakout pattern. We're not going to go into that, okay? But it's listed right here. If you're watching this on Tiger TV, you're going to see the pattern, which basically is an A to B equals CD pattern, but it is a tad different. And when the Dow in 1924 broke out from that pattern, that's what led to the top in 1929. The move off of the bottom of that pattern, which is how you measure it, was a 350% point move out there. That's right. That took it to the top in 1929. You might say, well, is this time any different? Well, I don't know if it is. You might say there's a whole S load, not Steve load, but there's a whole S load of people out there that are still trying to call this a bear market or looking to short the Sam heck out of it. And God bless them, for doing that. I like both sides of the trade. We're getting our head wrapped around the bigger picture out here. This market's not going to top until we see the pattern, I should say, that's been present before every bear market. Not some, not 50%, not 60%, not 70%, 100%. That's right. So there is a pattern that has been present before every bear market out there. It was present in 1929. I just simply show you that chart as well. Well, this is not really as of today. This was as of Monday, but it's pretty close to today. 24,821 is where this is priced at right now. And that pattern is not present. And if that's not present, there is no major top. Any pullback that might occur, that may have begun, because I can go through and show you where it may have begun. Yeah, it really may have begun out there. It is a little sneaky, and things can get a little sneaky this time of the year because, while the cat is away, the mice might be doing something else. That does suggest that, hey, we could be headed towards that pullback that you would normally get towards the end of the year or the early part of the year out here. We'll just have to take things one point at a time. But on the bigger picture, Jane, it's not out there. It's not present. And therefore, no need to worry. This chart here is a chart of the Dow on a monthly basis out here. Now, these green trend lines that are drawn, these green trend lines happen to be taking a look at that chart and putting on a logarithmic scale. Shelley, you can't see the chart? This is the chart that's right out here right now. It says in November 2016, the Dow confirmed a breakout move. Remember, we just looked at the breakout move inside of the Dow in 1924. We actually looked at a breakout move inside of the Qs before that. I think we might have looked at or identified one inside the semiconductor index out here. Well, here's the same pattern inside of the Dow. The bottom of that breakout pattern is 15,370 and change out there. Well, your, in essence, measured move, it's equal to or greater of this pattern, says the Dow is headed to 30,740. And then I would just hearken to say, because you know how I like to use that word hearken, especially this time of the year out there, as if you had a 350% move like they did in 1924, you're looking at Dow 54,430. Let's deal with 30,000, which is not really that far away. Steve Rhodes with TFNN, and that's the bigger picture.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Now, look, one really important thing to do out here, because what we've looked at is we've looked at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture looks, very good with regard to these indices. Now, I want your head wrapped around this out here, and I don't know whether we're going to have another year like this 2018 is going to be like 2017, or it's going to be half, or it's going to be more. Don't believe all the statistical stuff that you might hear out there. The idea is to get that big picture in mind. But even in getting the big picture in mind, I want you to know on that 350% move up, okay, that the Dow, that the Dow had several pullbacks out here. All right, so there were 7 what I'll call good-sized retracements. The 9%, the 6%, the 12%, the 10%, the 13%, the 12%. So in that move up, should we see, and we will, I really believe we will, should we see some retracements like that, it's going to be testing your courage. That Steve-O guy, he's full of malarkey. What is malarkey anyways? I don't even eat malarkey, but I still could be full of malarkey, I guess. Of course, I don't know what malarkey is. Might not be. In any event, out here, so it'll test your wits. I'm just telling you in advance that you should anticipate retracements like these on the move higher. And if some other pattern forms out here, hey, if you're listening to me, you're a newsletter subscriber, you're going to know it. And because I will change as soon as the whole thing about technical analysis and charting is to always, in essence, start with a clean slate, right? Each day, wipe off all your patterns, go back out there and see what the market is telling you. If you're not getting the results that you want, use a different pencil, so to speak, if you know what I mean. That's what I've done. If you ask me the question, what's the one thing you learned in these past 10, 11 years, now going on 12, of technical analysis? What's the one? I would say, well, can't just be one thing. I would say one of those things, like anything that you do in life, I bet you anything that you are phenomenal at, that you have had to immerse yourself in it. I don't care what God-given talents you received out there. You still had to immerse yourself in it. Every professional athlete that was given these wonderful talents still had to immerse themselves into their field out here. And I knew that. That's what I've done my whole life. So I've immersed myself in this. And when things don't work, you go try to figure out why. What is it that you have been missing out here? That's how I have developed this array of tools out here that provide me with the confidence to say what it is that I say to, because I've really gone out there to say, hey, this pattern, it's a nice pattern. It just got to be put on the shelves here. Let it gather some dust while we can use something that has been working a bit better out there. Okay, enough of the soapbox. Okay, so there's going to be some good retracements along the way. And I did say one may be forming right now. We'll really have to watch it over the next couple of days. These light volume type sessions we have, when I say light volume, just as an example, just in the case of the Qs out here, the Qs have done 13 million shares. 13 million shares. That's it. That's nothing. I mean, it's and it's a sideways move out here. So not a ton of volume inside the market. You wouldn't expect it, but we still have to pay close attention. Danny wants to take a look at Bitcoin. And maybe the question is, here's the problem, here's the potential problem for Bitcoin. Now, here is a chart for the actual Bitcoin that I can't remember which exchange I got this data from. This is not up to date. This was as of sometime last week. This was a daily chart out here. Well, when I say sometime, I'll tell you when. It was December 13th. We're now December 22nd, right? So this is like as of a week ago. We know that price has pulled back quite a bit. Got down to what? I heard Tommy say 11,000, something like that. Because on these exchanges, it's so hard to figure out what the real price is out here, right? If you know what I mean. And but in any event, this so-called explosive move to the upside out there, the explosive move to the upside, basically, if it ends badly, says you come all the way back down to the breakout area, which on this chart, the breakout area is probably around 6,000 or so. It may even be 4,000, so 4,000 to 6,000. And if it does that, there will be enough damage that is done out there where we won't see 20,000 anytime soon. So those folks that's if that pattern plays out there. And it really works the same way. The historical Dow chart, during the next break, maybe I'll be able to pull that out because I don't want to totally waste your time out there. But if it pulls back like that, back to its breakout area, that's different than pulling back to a normal breakout area. When we looked at, what was it, BlackBerry. That's a different kind of pulling back to the breakout area. And that's where so much damage is done. And so that's what those of you that love Bitcoin, you don't really want to see that. If I take a look at Bitcoin, it's traded on the CBOE. Right now, it's trading at 13,310. And on the CME, it's 13,370. At least we're a little bit closer and perhaps more reliable information out here. If we take a look at the 120-minute time frame chart, because we really can't take a look at too much, what we can say is that this thing had a nice move at the open at 6 o'clock, and at 8 o'clock, that's when it hit its high, 20,650. Or something. No, it opened at 20,650. What am I talking about? And proceeded to continue to trade lower. And we see that that's not changed. Right now, price is below, on a 120-minute time frame, below the 120-minute market profile out here. The top of that, or the bottom of that, I should say, was 13,449. Now, Danny, I don't need to turn my price off. I will, just for those people that aren't familiar. But Danny knows. When you turn price off here, you're going to see that profile box was a bullish structure. And closing below 13,449 on a 120-minute basis was not a good thing. It's actually a very bearish outcome out here. But that candle is orange. And this candle, I believe, completes at 12, 2. So there may be a new profile that is forming out here that would provide you with some information. But when you say Bitcoin, which Bitcoin is it? Is it the futures contract? Is the other chart, which I don't have updated because I can't even pull that up on my charts here? I think Tom can, on his Bloomberg terminal, but I can't. I think the most important thing is to watch Bitcoin certainly over the coming days out here, because if this thing is pulling all the way back in that 6,000, the typical, we go to look at any indice where you've seen that same pattern. It could be gold, it could be the Nikkei, it could be the Dow, and when that type of damage gets done, price doesn't get back up to those highs anytime soon. Not for many years to come. I don't know if that pattern's going to play out, but if it gets down there, well, then it will. I don't like to keep repeating myself. Okay, I think that's all the questions in the den. Let me see if I've got anything else, because, this is the last time we're together before Tuesday, I believe. I don't see anything else out here. I think I've answered everything that I can, so I think we should sing Christmas carols. What do you think? You start it off, and then I'll go ahead and follow on up, and I'll sing it during this next, more than 30 seconds, because we've got to add the break out there. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We've got the Dow down 48 points. S&P's off 2. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's TigerTV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
This is David White. Stay tuned, because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Oh, sure. Now all of you guys send me emails. I must have 5 requests here in the last 2 minutes. I can't do it as much as I would like to, but I do want to wish everybody a happy holiday and be safe out there. It's weekend. It's going to be a good time, and just be careful. So Starbucks is one of the requests out here. This is from Tim. Tim says, I entered into a small portion of Starbucks at its current price. How does it look from the longer term hold position out here. So when we take a look at the Starbucks, one of the levels that you want to watch, I think, Tim, is going to be the bottom of this profile. So on a daily basis, see the structure of this box here. Let me just go ahead and widen the screen out here for the daily chart and see how the structure of this box, that center line closer to the top, 59.05, closer to 59.83 versus the bottom, really tells us inside a structure like that sellers, because they're camped out between the 59.05 and 59.83 level, should be able to get price to explore that entire area. Well, they've really done that this week. This is a daily chart. They did that today, as a matter of fact. You really don't want to see this from a daily perspective close below 57.09 out here. If it does, it may find support back at November 3rd. It's 28 million shares versus today. And by the way, that is, I'll tell you what that price level is 56.94. And the low is 54.05. So if it breaks 57.09, this is the daily chart here, and then it gets inside and closes below 55.93, that's not really a good thing out there. On a monthly profile, because you really asked for long-term out here, new box formed this month, the month of December, and resistance is at 59.95 and support is at 53.81. That would be another area to look for support if this thing were to break through on the daily chart out here. Here's what we know, Tim. Prices come back to support. So you may be okay. Just don't let it break through that support level of 57.09. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for a great 2017. We got another week left, so I'll be with you next week as much as possible. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great replay. And then Tom from 3 to 4. And we'll see you on Tuesday. Take care.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.